So, remember fraud tomorrow? Well, no fraud tomorrow. Rogue trader today. Oh, hello. Good evening. Hello, Icestack, or shall I say Mr. Fentanyl. Hello, Nosp. So today, it is finally time. It is finally time. We finally... We finally got the thing. The important thing. We finally got Rogue Trader Lysandra. Finally have Rogue Trader Lysandra after, well, fucks it matter after how many days or weeks or whatever. We finally have Rogue Trader Lysandra, which means the Rogue Trader streams finally start. And that just reminds me, I've forgotten to make the Pudzian faceplate. Not faceplate, the image we'll be using for him. I'm gonna have to quickly make that. There we go, Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I did it, dude. What'd you do? Ah, free at last. Oh, Gabriel. Actually, let's quickly make it on stream. Space Marine Rogue Trader. What? No. Hold on. Warhammer 40k, not 41k. Rogue Trader. Okay. Then I need... Okay. Now we quickly go on to GIMP. Actually, what are the resolutions I'm gonna need? Yeah, gore, of course. No, I'm not sending you anything. Yes, looks alright. Yeah, sure. But yeah, finally, Rogue Trader. I've been waiting, and now we finally can start. Yeah, sure, looks alright, yeah. You know what, let's do trader system. Did I say we start on normal? Actually, oh, you know what, let's just straight up start daring. We can always tune it down afterwards. Yeah, I know. Custom character, of course. So this is gonna be our main guy. Custom portrait. Create a new portrait preset. Okay. To use your own sets of portraits, change the images in the folder. C uses app data local low. Okay. So, %updata %. Okay, and what does it want me to do? Updata. No, I need local low. Owlcat Studios. Where's Owlcat Studios? Owlcat Games. Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Portraits. Okay. So first off, we need a Pudzian image with a resolution of 1080 by 1480 pixels. Okay, so how much is it? 1080 by 1480. Okay, then let me quickly switch over to that, to Le Gimp. Because we're going to be making this Pudzian on stream. Very, professional. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? So what did you even do, Ice Dagger? You're saying you did it. What did you do? Did you have sex with Minos Prime? Okay, so my thought process was got the damn P rank. Oh, and Minos Prime. Damn, congratulations. What the hell? I I need the thumbnail. Rogue Trader. Thumbnail. Oh, there we go. That's high res. Finish the entire game. Oh, hell to the yeah. Okay, can I have this without the logo? This is low res. Thumbnail, no logo. Can't believe Yahoo has it without the logo. Fucking Yahoo out of all things.
Hey, 50 kilo's of fentanyl.
Fentanyl. Fentanyl. So, we're gonna need this guy over here. Because this is gonna be our Pudzian. This one right here. This is gonna be our Pudzian. There we go. This is gonna be our Pudzian right here. So everything P ranked, I take it. Mariusz Pudzianowski. And now I need like a good picture of Pudzian. I need like a really good picture of Pudzian, which shouldn't be too difficult given there's so many pictures of goddamn Pudzian. The Pudzian Saga is continuing, I can't believe it. The Pudzian Saga is continuing. Mariusz Pudzianowski. Can I have like an angry face of him? Like an angry Pudzian. Okay, I didn't find an angry Pudzian face. But I found this. Oh, I'm not gonna use that, right? Am I gonna use this? No, not using that Pudzian. I know I'm not using that face. I wish NG was here. He always has good Pudzian references. I'm sorry we're currently not seeing gameplay, but it is very important we get this Pudzian. This Pudzian is super important. Oh no, this is a good Pudzian. Oh, this is a good Pudzian. Oh, this is a very good Pudzian. Okay, we take this. This is a good Pudzian. Yes. Okay, then we need to flip. This is so horrendous. Yep, that's good. Now we need the deletion tool. We need to delete quite a bit of this. Okay, here we go. Now we take the erasing tool and we just... Did I mention I hate GIMP? GIMP is like the worst image editing software you can use. Don't use GIMP. Save yourself the trouble, don't use GIMP. GIMP fucking sucks. There we go. There we go. Now we only have Pudzian's head. Oh, now he has a dent. Okay, now we need to be very, very delicate here. We don't want to get rid of his ear. We did just kind of cut into his ear. Look at this. We're making our own Pudzian Space Marine. We're making our own Pudzian Space Marine. Oh, this is what the fuck am I making? And you know, it being low res, right? Because I did just take this off of Google. It really adds to the shittiness of this. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is so horrendous. Wait, why are there two Pudzians? Oh no, there's not two Pudzians. Actually, I think this fits. Yeah, we... No. No. No, where did Pudzian go? We need the Pudzian face. There we go. Okay, now we need to rotate it a tiny bit. There we go. There we go. This is... This is so bad. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And now... Actually, hold on. We only need this here, so... What? Huh? No. No, we just need... Delete the... Nay! Ah, my ears. That's fine. Hello, Mr. Flippums. Thank you very much for the resub. Thank you very, very much for the... Oh man. Okay, we take this. We delete everything on this layer, right? We do a new layer. We delete this layer. We insert this layer again, right? And now we have an easier time scaling. So now you can just have Pudzian as a Space Marine. There we go. So save this as... Yeah, save this as Pudzian Space Marine. Export as, yeah, Pudzian Space Marine. Layer, I barely know her. Lumus Foul. You doing alright, Flippums? You doing okay? Oh boy. Okay, so this is full length, the PNG. Full length, the PNG. No, I don't want to rename it into that. I want it to be that. Yep, very good. Then 448 times 600. So we take this. New. 448 times, how much was it? 680? Was it 680? 600. Just 600. We insert the Pudzian. This is gonna be the medium portrait. So we need to crop accordingly. Yep, there we go. There we go. That's gonna be medium Pudzian. Oh, this is... You know what, let me turn on some music while we're doing this. Yeah, sure, it's Warhammer, so... Let me turn on some Warhammer music. Okay, and then we take medium Pudzian. So we need to just call it medium. Medium. And then we need a small. Which is 260 times 360. And this one... There we go. There we go. Small Puj. There we go. Discard changes were good. Okay, and then I need where's small Puj? There's small Puj. And then we insert small. Oh wait, and yes, name it into small too. Rename to small. And now in game, open portraits folder. No, we already did it. No, I pressed it again. Refresh. Perfect. Who would want something like this? These are like actually good pictures. Now we want horrendously Photoshop Pudzian. Right, turn off the music. Okay. Now we need to make Pudzian. In terms of face, which of I mean, does it really matter which of these we pick? Oh, this one, yes, the angriest looking one, yes. Body. Oh. Vurmosolmaz. Hair. Now where's the... Oh, that's so Pudzian. This is exactly Pudzian. This is Pudzian down to the T. Eyebrows, perfect. Eyebrow color, perfect. Beard, he doesn't have a beard. Oh, does he have this kind of beard? Nah, this kind of beard. Switching almost down to a T. What the fuck? Tattoo? No. Tattoo. Can I have a Poland flag? Can I have a Poland flag? I want the Poland flag. Augmentations. What do we have? No. No. You know, The thing I feel is Pudzian is just that much of a hunk of a man. He doesn't need modifications. He's perfect as is. Like, Pudzian is perfect as is. He doesn't need modifications.
I'll bring glory
No.
to my blood. We have purified.
This could be an opportunity.
No.
I will delight my master.
Watch this spectacle unfold!
My supremacy is proven once again.
Excellence matters. Macro cannons, volley! I'll see you. Something event fit for the font. You didn't stand a chance. Excellence matters. Macro cannons, volley!
Yes.
For the glove. I'll see you determined. Something
No.
new fit for the font. Macro cannons, volley!
Yes. Yes. Muscle modifications. That's That's for future. It's for future, you know. Not yet. So what options do we have? On death worlds, the plants, beasts, and sometimes even the environment itself take aggressive and destructive forms inimical to human life. While it's exceptionally difficult to colonize, many death worlds possess valuable resources that require an outpost or other human presence upon the planet's surface to harvest. These harsh environments result in some of the hardiest and most resilient populations in the galaxy. Those tested and found wanting die young. It does give +5 strength. What Voidborn? Voidborn are humans birthed in the belly of the Void Vessel or aboard an ancient orbital satellite. They also have lived their lives on void ships, become injured to some extent due to the reality-altering process of warp travel and to living in low or zero gravity environments. In many cases, their features are drawn and their skin pallid. No. A hive world's population is so dense that great swaths of the surface of the world are frequently covered in gargantuan cities bejeweled with towering spires that pierce the atmosphere. Fellowship, agility, well put in Forge World. Forge World is the domain of the Adeptus Mechanica. No. An Imperial World is one of a million planets where I believe in the immortal God Emperor. He's just Chuck Norris but Polish. Death World. It gives 5 strength. Can exhibit to interact with other creatures. Strength. I mean, it's Poland. Brutal Hunter. Death World characters gain plus 15% crit chance against targets with the bleeding effect. Lifetime of Scars. Wounded Beast. Tenacity. Trusty Weapon. Yes. With axes, hammers, and ass weapons. Yeah, okay, we have to pick this. Okay, no, Death World. Astra Militarum Commander. No. Commissar. No. Crime Lord. No. Navy Officer. Noble. Which of these is the closest to a melee guy? Astra Militarum Commander. No, Pudzian doesn't lead. He goes in there and just whacks everything. Commissar. No, Crime Lord. Weapon skill, perception, awareness, and logic. Killing plan. So everything for the lost plan. Yes, Pudzian the priest, exactly. Navy officer. No. Noble. No. Freedom One Punch Man, we couldn't figure out the balance the world building around us. That's to derive the pain. I mean, the boldness. Yeah, you make a compelling point. You're not even wrong. The Adeptus are British are incomplaceable and unbearable keepers of Lex Imperial, so sacred law of the law. No. Commonly known as Imperial God is the primary fighting force in the Imperial War first line to defend. You have service orders for commanders of the Western Military Regiment, commanding thousands and winning battles in the name of the God Emperor. No. Two-handed glass weapons. No. Iconic sidearm. Iconic sidearm. No! The Imperium survives and prospers in no small part of the narrowness of its vision, but a rebellious mind is such a will such as yours could not be so easily constrained. Outcasts of smugglers and renegades. Plus in bonus. No! Killing plan. The bonus damage of a plan increased by 2. Okay, at least one enemy. Okay. Escape plan, contingency plan, disorienting plan, lost plan. So all I'm seeing that could fit. What does this do? The Imperial Navy. The Navy has against a braced effect to each ally. Okay. Okay, gives something to others. Stentorian voice. Evasive maneuvers, get off me. No. Get into cover. No! What is the closest to just... Intelligence, persuasion, fellowship. You do something. The servant. No. Everything against toughness, you could equip with shields, block, armor piercing. Shotgun mastery. Can wield two-handed shotguns in one hand? Oh no, no. If a ranged weapon. No, I don't want to use ranged weapons. Mob justice. Allies in a 3-star radius under are prepared to deal 5 plus the coercion more damage. Unless the avatar has more than 90% wounds, they are immune to the following negative effects. We have one-handed shock baton, one-handed palm all equipped. No. What is there nothing? Is there none of these that are the closest to like a melee build? Hold on, let me do a quick Google. Warhammer 40k, Rogue Trader melee build. Melee focused Rogue Trader build. Warrior AM is solid. Okay. But Warrior to Vanguard. Okay. So that's gonna be, I suppose, afterwards then? Archetype. Okay, so this is just gonna be the... okay. Okay, in that case... what would Pudzian be? The Commissar shoots an allied character with the pistol equipped in the primary hand. War him. Pudzian can't be a priest. The combat, the Ministerial priest gains 2 times willpower. Okay, what does this do? Litany of Purification. Whenever the character uses Warhammer for Furious Recital, each demon and Xenos in the 5-cell radius suffer direct damage. Okay. Cleansing Faith. Would he be a commander? I feel Pudzian would be a commander, but ballistic skill would be wasted on him. And if a smooth combat performs a heroic act. Okay. Commissar. Crime lord. Pudzian would not be a crime lord, even if the weapon skill would be useful. But now good luck finding with democracy and other filth. Thank you very much. You wanna do something tomorrow, by the way, or you? Because I've not been asking you enough recently if you wanna do something. Mostly just been you asking me, and I don't want it to be too one-sided. But yeah, you have a good one, man. Thank you for having been here, even if just for 20 minutes. Always greatly appreciated. Navy officer. Braced effect. Noble. The noble signs one ally who will become the servant until the end of combat. It depends on how nice the weather is. Alright. Evening, alright, I'll see that I can do something. Oh yeah, have a good one, man. Good night. Ballistic skill. Accuracy of forms of ranged combat. Aye, fart. Hello, fart bath. Thank you very much for the sub. Good evening. You know what? Pudzian is an Astra Militarum commander. I feel the rest doesn't make much sense. The reforms in leadership. You restored the broken Imperial Guard regiment to its former martial glory. Big Sleepy? Yeah. You and your guardsmen defended the Shrine World and received high commendation for your feat. You utilize your talents as a commander to achieve great victory over the ruinous powers. I mean, Pudzian has restored, like Poland has often come back in history, so I feel Apex of Brilliance is necessary. Now what is a negative? You lost an entire regiment to the Immaterium during a gallery field failure. Use self-immersion saved. 5 less awareness. As a commander-in-chief of a disastrous military campaign, you were buried in shame. 5. It represents a character's as intimidation, no. Captured by heretics, you suffered unbearable torture at the hands of humanity's as enemies. Hey, that's just World War II. How's it going, Fart Bath? Is everything going a-okay? Yeah, I have to go warrior. I mean, weapon skill, toughness, strength. Yeah, archetype warrior. Yeah, archetype warrior. Just big gaming, hell to the year. Good shit. So 45 in strength. 45 in toughness. Weapon skill. In close combat. And there we go. That's all we need. That's all we need. Actually, I can't take points off of ballistic skill. Sword class frigate. Polish Navy. Okay, I need a name of okay, so what do they currently have? They have a Project 6 to 20 Kazub class, and it's a Polish one, so this is going to be the ORP Kazub. There we go. Here we go, look at it. What edit name? No, that's Pudzian. Mariusz Pudzianowski. There we go. Also, I think I need to lower the game's volume just a tiny bit for me. There we go. Regiment Tactics. Yeah. Astra Militarum Commander. Apex of Brilliance. Yep. In that case. Apply. Have you gotten any responses by your friends about stuff to do in New York? Or not yet? Oh no, alright. 3 high five.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
And in case you guys want to see Pudzian as per usual looking mighty fine down there. Gonna be putting Vivian down here though because surely an awe-inspiring sight. Thank you such all this austere luxury is left over pretense. It is enough to make one thing that argument to compensate or glorify. Have we met? Have we met?
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Voigtveer bows his head and focuses his attention on you. So what are rogue traders? A subject of the Imperium with a unique hereditary title, a rogue trader is tasked with exploring the still uncharted regions of the galaxy for the benefit of mankind. My name is Mariusz Pudzianowski, Lieutenant General Mariusz Pudzianowski, CPU Grimold, Commander of the 8th Army of the Senthian Janissaries. Ugh.
My regards, Lieutenant General. The Astra Militarum is the hammer of the God Emperor, isn't that what they say? Well, it is likely that fate will give you ample opportunity to demonstrate your talents as a commander.
Voigtveer smiles faintly, but you're not sure it is directed at you.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship...
I need to move Vivian a bit more here, because otherwise you don't see the dialogue
What
or the
fate
options.
changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Lord Captain, a strange title for the Lady Theodora. Why have I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here? You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities? Tell me about the one whose ship I found myself. You say I'm one of the rogue traders' so is there another candidate? I assume you had some gold in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let's address it. Lord Captain, a strange title for the Lady Theodora.
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis, at the time when the first rogue traders entered the God Emperor's service. And therefore, it is sacrosanct.
Oh. Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor.
Okay.
I see that you are shocked. Yes, you understood correctly. Lady Theodora's authority indeed supersedes that of those whom you obeyed before. The Lord Captain's power is so great that she is capable of performing unthinkable feats, such as changing the fate of a servant of the Imperium. Your fate.
You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities?
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Well, tell me about the one on whose ship I found myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
You say I'm one of the rogue traders' heirs, so there's another candidate.
There is. and you will meet him soon enough.
I assume you had some gold in mind when you decided to seek me out. Well, let's address it then.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far.
Why?
The Lord's Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Okay. Rotated Theodora von Valencius desires to personally meet with the person recently brought aboard her flagship. Stole whispering over the din.
It's about time.
It's about time. Interactable objects. Some objects in the game can be interacted with in a special way. They are marked with specific icons. Some icons allow you to study objects, or will transit the character to neighboring locations or launch a small event. These icons become visible when your character is standing close enough to the interactive object. Click L and B. Okay, it's probably the same. Okay, it's very much the same as the previous game. The warp jump was surprisingly uneventful. The one a couple of cycles ago, no, that was tough. The delirium took a hold of so many, and the witch was up to her old tricks again.
A new challenge for me?
Pudzian has a revolver. That's not very Pudzian-like. Engine seer. Attack litany from machine precision is required. Vox casting to initiate the consecration of unguents and the preparation of technomats. Show date on the vid screen. Okay. The sacred mechanism has been interfered with without due reference. The duration of the data processing cycle has tripled. Incomprehensible information is displayed on a large screen above the cargotators. You can make out references to unfamiliar systems and world among the numbers and logistical symbols. Show more data. Comprehensible information. Okay. More technomat. Late people interfering in this operation of the sacred mechanisms disturb the machine spirits. In the name of the Omnissiah, refrain from any further profane acts. I heard the Seneschal gave the senior officers a public dressing down recently. I don't know what it was for this time, but Resarian would latch onto any slip-up as an excuse to give someone an earful. Have you heard of the High Elves? Apparently the lower decks got an big influx of new blood. Interactive. After the lost on-world resupply. This is some pestilence spreading through the crew, and that's why we had to make up for the shortfall. Last time it was blue leprosy that called our ranks. Massive conference.
Follow my lead.
Hey. A massive conference table, obviously crafted from real wood, a resource of incredible value aboard a void ship. The crew member saw that work, bowing his head in fear and avoiding even looking at you. If I see you raise your head again, I'll hand you over to the tech priest for servitorization. Okay, here's our inventory. That's a cool inventory. Okay. Journal. Okay, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, so far very familiar. Praise be to the machine god.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Greetings, my lord. Have you heard? Apparently lower decks. Oh yeah, okay. Essential, yeah. The water was supposed eventful. Noble guest. How long do we have to wait for an audience? How many days has it been already? How long do we have to wait for an audience? Oh. You hear these stuttering words of a prayer to the god emperor. You hear the stuttering words, okay. May his will strengthen my heart. May my humble deeds be for the benefit of humanity. A candlelit altar with a copy of the 2340th volume of the Lex Imperialis, the Codex of the Sacred Laws of the Imperium. How long do we have to wait for an audience? Okay.
None shall stand in my way.
Okay, crewmen Harvard work, okay. As you approach, something in the servitor's body begins to hum as if in response to your presence. After a couple of seconds, the noise subsides. Okay, Kungrad.
The Fond Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
Mm-hmm. I just want to get to character creation so I can add Lysandra.
What's happening?
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Berserk? Pew.
I'll see you.
We've been ambushed about begin. To survive the grim darkness of the far future, you have to face enemies of all kinds and fight for your lives. These instant tutorials will familiarize you with the combat system of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Click the button at the top of the screen to start the battle. Okay.
To the heretics.
I mean, I'm assuming it's gonna play like Pathfinder. How much HP does this have? Anal. Movement in combat. All battles in the game are turn-based, take place on a grid. Okay, so it is a bit different then, okay. A bit like Mechanicus. When the turn, a character can move, attack, and use their abilities. Select a cell within the highlighted area and double-click LB to move the character there. Movement points determine if a character can move on their turn. 1 MP corresponds to 1 cell on the battlefield. Move diagonally more costly. Every second diagonal cell uses 2 MP. At the beginning of each turn, movement points are restored to their maximum value. Notice once the character starts moving, can always be cancelled. Okay.
All too easy.
Oh, okay. Pew. The main attacks used to be most common action points, total discipline. Okay. Okay. To attack, first click LB and a single shot icon. Okay. Yeah, I'll figure this out, don't worry.
Absolutely not.
Oh, and there's reloading in this game as well, ain't that lovely? Okay. Injury. Okay, what does injury do? Who knows? Analyze enemy. Okay, what does that do? Exploit. This other feature in the operative inflicts too many words. When used for 1 round, estimate turn commander, the allies will not suffer damage from allied attacks near 26%. Yeah, sure. Pew. Wait, you can miss as well? Nah. No. Can you stop analyzing the enemy and actually shoot?
Suits my purposes.
Miss. The character just missed. To increase hit chance, equip the character with a decent weapon and place them on a vantage point. A bit decent tells and improve the weapon's characteristic. Okay. Characters with a melee attack block it. Perform attacks with range. Okay. Yeah.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Talk to Theodora from Valenicus. Spread out. No one is allowed to enter the premises. Stations!
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Okay, Konrad. I shall go there and... I don't know.
I won't tolerate weakness.
The wires in the servitor's head are still smoldering. It would seem the cause of this malfunction was the short circuit of the motif force. Torrential sentry gun constructed with the blessing of the Adeptus Mechanicus using a standard template construct in the manufactorums of Chiava Gamma. God damn it, Gamma again. Oh, that's a Lehman Russ, isn't it? Lehman Russ battle tank, reclaimed and restored by the grace of the God Emperor, the first to breach the capital walls during the pacification of Warteston. Oh, it's a fucking Lehman Russ.
Challenge for me.
This exhibit is unfinished, and the symbol of House of Ananicus Valor will be displayed here at some point in the future. Your Lordship, don't worry. All threats have been eliminated, and it's absolutely safe here. Serious how that works, not even looking at me. Okay. What the hell is this? The stone on the pedestal is no doubt solid, but its surface shimmers and changes hue, as if someone had captured a piece of turbulent sea within the rock. Cool. A grey-green crystal with white veins. A low hum can be heard coming from the artifact. What the hell is this? A strange object that resembles sea coral. The porous surface is pitted, a sign that it has been underwater.
Follow my lead.
A massive golden amalgam interspersed with sparkling particles. A black shard resembling obsidian. If you look closely, you can discern a strange, barely perceptible glow inside the artifact. Okay, this is like a gem collection. A valiant alloy which, upon close examination, turns out to be a handcrafted object. Symbols carved with a primitive tool are visible on the surface. What do you mean, primitive tool?
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Oh, okay. Well, gotta go to the end of the hallway and meet Theodora. Okay. Okay, servitor, you're gonna go crazy. As you approach, something the servitor's body begins to hum. The Grand Void Ship Temple occupies the entire space below the officer's deck and is lit by countless candles and lumens. Well, as per usual with Warhammer 40k games,
It's about time.
it always looks good. The set dressing is always hitting just right. May his will strengthen my heart, may my humble deeds be for the benefit of humanity. Okay, here this is the same. Greater Om Messiah, giver of my knowledge. Yeah. Oh god, what's that hair?
That is simply irrational, Lady
Look at her
Theodora.
damn hair.
Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy.
Okay, I gotta put Vivian back over here.
I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal.
I hate
could
her
have
hair.
done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Survey the room first. Your first impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, 30, is a parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tick, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Edelthrad, Theodora from Valenticus's features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelthrad. Next to the two of them, you see two more men. One is a grey-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the contents of his data slate. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and baldricks containing all manners of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer.
The dry female voice and the powerful feeling of being watched force you to look at Theodora. The rogue trader is looking straight at you, and her gaze, like herself, is predatory and oppressive.
Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Well, what options do we have? Lore Xenos. Pudzian knows his Xeno lore. Those spirits could well be the natives' name for dangerous aliens, but first verify if that is indeed the case and if the population of Aeon 6 engages in Xenowo worship. Hold on, I need to move Vivian a bit more to the side so we can see the dialogue. Xenowo worship. Fucking weebs. They'll wish to confirm whether that is happening on Aeon 6 is witchcraft or not. It might cost several psychers to do so, but it will give us an answer. I have retained some connections with Astra Militarum. A few Imperial Guard regiments will take care of the natives, their spirits, and the magma. Solid fortifications never let me down. These reports of spirits certainly sound like evidence of heresy. However, I will put my interests first, no matter what means I would have to use. The riches of Aeon 6 would be mine. Aeon 6 must be purged. For the good of the Imperium, I shall exterminate the heretical beliefs, otherworldly powers that rule the native apostates. Well, you know, Poland and Xenos, you know, gotta pick this.
Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence.
I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you could do, Edelthrad. We are both servants of the God Emperor and Lady Theodora. Does it become any one of us that is to engage in petty feuds? I find your tone most disagreeable, Edelthrad. You will kindly alter the manner in which you address me, or else you will live in regret of the consequences. Shut your mouth, Edelthrad, before I decide to shut it for you. Yeah, no, let's be petty. I could give a straight answer.
Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you?
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
Edelthrad bows ceremoniously and takes his leave without sparing you another look.
So, why are you here?
There are questions that I wish to have answered. Was it not you who sent for me?
You have ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lick-spittlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most
I just noticed a
sacred
big
relic.
bubble.
The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all.
Cool.
It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
One of, does it mean there are other heirs?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Ethelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. Bloodright alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Made his mistake? Huh? If you're satisfied with Ethelthard, then what sense is there in having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on me now? Did I hear you correctly? The Master Whispers is related to you?
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
Thank you for clarifying. May I ask questions now?
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
Navigator translations? What are these things you speak of?
Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the stars.
Yeah, I also don't know much about the Warhammer 40k universe, so...
Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Gellerfield, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead, sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. That is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of stars.
Okay, but going into the warp... Well, where's your ship headed?
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set the course for Rykad on the demand that... for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
Okay, then what are your current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Ethelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
An incident took place on the officers' decks. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Riffraff?
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is ancient. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
Well, got no more questions then.
In that case, I shall head to... disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Quote. Oh boy. That's, those are heretics.
Take a knee and bow before me.
Our comments are the yeah, okay.
Emperor, protect me!
My
Oh.
place is at the fore.
Follow my lead.
Mort. Mort. Mauricio. Sergio, how are you missing?
What
Oh.
is the ring?
Out of my way!
Use cover to avoid enemy attacks. You cover that a character can hide behind are marked with a shield. A character will receive a bonus of attack from the side. Okay, so this is just like what's the game called? Mechanicus. 76%, 38%. Shoot this guy.
Already done. Opposing me was your biggest mistake. Suits my purposes.
Your character has landed a critical hit that deals increased damage equal to. Yeah, okay. Tutorial, you can stop. I know how this works. All I have is a stub revolver. All I can really do is just shoot little thing. Dodge.
Break them up. To the heretics.
Oh, there's flamers. Chainsword. Positive effect. Yeah, okay.
All too easy.
Hmm.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Reduced to dust.
Okay. Damn, I did so much, I killed one guy.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive.
Okay, we're using the big words.
Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
What are your orders?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Yes, boss. The Arch-Militant. The
I won't
Arch-Militant.
tolerate weakness.
Oi. Oi, oi, oi. Mort. Mort, where are you? Oh, the master. Just... The accused traitor shot him at point blank range. Master Dump's not looking good. The heretic's body is riddled with holes. An improvised single shotgun lies smoking in his hand. Not very healthy. Oh, I'm actually super tired. I did have quite a day, but I'm super excited to play Rogue Tater now that we have done the commission thing.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Well, commission thing. We finally have Boran and having finished it, and I'm super excited to show it off. Super excited.
Always on time, eh, Kunrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Mort pulls his vox from the belt and hurriedly reports on the situation.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Vox Master is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineering regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Mutiny? But who would attempt a mutiny here in the warp? A mutiny against the Empress's anointed, executed traitors, every last one of them. We must provide immediate assistance to those who are still in the middle decks. Perhaps we might then stop this wave from spreading. If this is indeed a severe case of warp matters, and this situation is dire. Now we must help middle decks.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once.
Her expression changes as her eyes flash ominously.
Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised
Edelthrad was a psyker. Oh, fuck me.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
Mariusz Pudzianowski. Theodora glances at you thoughtfully.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
Well...
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
In whatever state? What do you mean?
We are in the warp. Considering the attack, there could be a disruption in the Geller field and the infiltration of malevolent forces onto the decks. Psychers can react to such things in the most unpredictable ways.
Enough! Master of Whispers, you must not allow my heir to turn into a mindless mutant and to perish under Enforcer fire. Do whatever it takes to bring Edelthrad back to me.
I shall do everything in my power.
Not everything in your power. You will do as I say. I'll have your heads if you fail. Is that clear? Then move out. Mort, come.
I'm starting to dislike Theodora.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
I shall make do. Let's just do it.
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Something hits you hard with a sharp crackle, and you're consumed by unbearable, gut-wrenching pain. It's the same animation as in... I promise you a special destiny, Mariusz Pudzianowski. It is time to fulfill it. He was part of the... Yeah. Yay, he was part of the enemy. Yay.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Ah, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
What is the meaning of this?
You must have hit your head harder than I thought. No matter. Very little is required of you. Just your blood, which you can either share of your own volition, or I will spill it for you. We are in the anteroom of the Warrant Chamber. This void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Why are you doing this?
Why? Because I am following an order. What is happening on this ship right now has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my masters sent me for. The Warrant of Trade.
What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
I ain't helping you, bro.
I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing so.
For a fight with you. No.
I doubt it, my dear.
Okay.
But that's enough talk. Fulfill your destiny.
I didn't mean to pick that. Skill tests and dialogues. One of the available options requires a skill test. In the gateway, I choose a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The Sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two amber-like irises. Well, we have 90% tech use, so... You carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. User expects this might be some kind of archaeotech relic. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With a screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward, closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen on the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. Examine the Sentinel. The servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you are used to. Its skin covering is stitched together with a copper thread, and it has metal hinges in place of the standard joints. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of the unit will be much longer than that of ordinary automatons. Look for anything that could be used as a weapon. You look around in hopes of finding something that could work as a weapon. Your search is vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or a protruding piece of rebar inside. Look back.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry. Did you forget? Did you forget some? Did you forget? Did you forget? Did you forget some? Did you forget? Did you forget some? Did you forget? Did you forget?
Huh?
Did you forget?
Sorry, I have
something?
amnesia. The Sentinel's jaw clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo start up and the pump stir into motion. The vidscreen of the cogitator flickers. Did you forget them? Did you forget? Did you forget? Did you forget? Yeah, what do you think? I keep looking back. Several long minutes pass. The Sentinel's jaws remain closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is it the Sentinel? The cogitator? Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Who is this?
Genetic code identified. Child of House von Valancius. Do you require assistance?
You hear the voice again, and this time you realize that it's coming from the two speakers built into the Sentinel's shoulders. Yes, Sentinel, try to threaten my life and the safety of the warrant.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Oi!
There is still another way.
Check the warrant chamber. Okay, but close the door. The enormous gates match the importance of the very thing they protect. The massive doors are made with heavy metal and look impregnable. I swear, I keep mixing up the word impregnable with like impregnatable. And, like, I keep thinking impregnable, like pregnancy? Valachius. Listen, as much as I can't stand that woman, let it be known that by my will and by true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade and bestow upon them and their dynasty the great mission to be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the roads of thorns, through pain and bad.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Are you the Warrant Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
So yes, I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Head.
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
Well, I need a weapon. I need something.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
The server score goes silent, its relays clicking. Second after second passes, and you realize that the server score will not answer you. Lead me away from here, please.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Okay. As the game story unfolds, you will see a notification at the top of your screen indicating that the status of your current objective has been updated and... Oh, okay, yeah. So is this gonna redo that entire dialogue thing? Let it be known... Yeah, okay.
None shall stand in my way.
Of your Lord Captain, who sells each your sword to serve to your last breath, may your soul sever the... never lose fervor and fire that boils your hatred for the enemies of the Imperium. Tourette. Okay. Did you forget something? Okay, nothing else. Well, in terms of set dressing, again, game looks immaculate. Can't complain. Okay, which way do I go? Simple order to the Sentinel Cogitator will lock the chamber. Oi oi. Not again.
Run, fools, or fall!
Run, no. It's Adelthard. I think it's Adelthard. Abelard.
Master. What? Whatever are you doing in the Warren Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Conrad Voigtfear is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He's clearly serving the unholy gods of the warp.
Serving the gods of the war? Kunrad is a heretic. Oh, Voigtfear, you void rat. Madness. And this mutiny is likewise his doing, no doubt.
Voigtfear openly admitted he's the mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saint's blood! Then it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit.
Axe!
And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
It says a weapon, but I got an axe, an auto pistol, flak chest plate, and a medikit. While fighting, your characters can lose some of their wounds. Your character has suffered an injury after being attacked by Kunrad. This happens when a character receives damage that exceeds 50% of their maximum wounds within one round. The exact percentage of wounds a character must lose for this to happen may vary depending on the difficulty of the game you choose. Injuries reduce the characters as a resolve. Resolve influence efficiently and for how long characters can fight in the battle. It determines the amount of momentum gained at the beginning of each turn after killing an enemy. When a character initially suffers an injury, it is considered a fresh injury during the first 3 rounds. Once 3 rounds have passed, a fresh injury becomes an old injury. A fresh injury can be healed using a medikit without passing any skill tests. Old injuries can be healed with a medikit, but they require the character administering the treatment to pass a medikit skill test to succeed. Use medikits to restore wounds and heal injuries. Note that when a character loses all of their wounds, they fall unconscious. Once the combat is over, the wounds of all party members are replenished automatically, but any injuries that may have sustained remain. Those can be healed with a medikit. Medikits can only be used by characters who have the field medic feature, base skill Medicaid, or have taken Medicaid skill advancements at least once. Whenever a character uses a medikit in battle, a medikit skill test determines the number of wounds that will be restored as a result. Abelard can heal your character's injury. Press left mouse button, Abelard's portrait, select the medikit on the panel at the bottom left of the screen and use it on the character. Abelard needs to be standing right next to the character. Okay.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis.
Okay, so F1 on Pudzian.
Thank you. Now, where were we? I'm always ready.
To equip new weapons and armor. Yeah, cool. Okay.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
Cool.
But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
What exactly has gone wrong with the translation?
I am no helmsman. Oh, God Emperor preserve me, navigator. However, I've spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Gellerfield has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the warp. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
I think the Warrant Center may have sent that message. It appeared when I opened the chamber.
Warrant Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort.
But it's right there.
The Warrant Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
I don't know. What can we expect to find in Navigator's Sanctum?
During warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Empyrean. And for good reason. For the Navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the Sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the Immaterium. Only a Navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
And death. Miller doesn't bat an eye as he lists all the horrors that you're about to face. I heard one of Theodora's Voxcasts.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
The Navigator's Sanctum. Very well. Will you lead the way?
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward.
Onward.
You will die for grievous my next offering.
Annihilate them!
Command begins with a tactical phase, during which characters cannot attack or take other actions but may try to take up advantageous positions. Select the character by clicking left mouse button on the portrait at the top of the screen, then click left mouse button on the cell you want the character to move to. Red cells are areas inaccessible to the character. During the tactical phase, each character in the party may move up to their maximum movement point but cannot position themselves adjacent to an enemy. Okay. So again, as I keep feeling that this game is essentially just Mechanicus, but made by Owlcat Games. At least that is what I'm feeling. Or what it sounds like.
Such is the will of chaos.
Hey. Careful, Kmane can get hurt by your burst attack or area attacks. So what friendly fight keep? No, okay. Oi. Your companion is a warrior. A blood specializes in melee combat and drawing the enemy's attack. Charging unique warrior ability only works when you're using melee weapons and considered okay. Melee weapon, yes, okay. Cleave. White slashing stat affects multiple enemies at once.
At your beck and call. I took care of this one.
Brace for impact. Oh, I can still charge.
That's not the Seneschal's job.
Wait, charge doesn't... Characters with melee weapon can make an attack of opportunity. Yeah, cool.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Crush the feeble.
Well, they're all around him. The combat ability of characters differ depending on the archetype. Available abilities are located at the bottom right of the screen. Okay, yeah, okay. So what is this? Swing? Swing strike that affects up to 3 enemies in front of the attacker. Inflicts bleeding on the target. And then just regular attack. Well, I have guys in front of me. What do you mean parry? Parry the fucking platypus.
Nothing I can't do.
Okay, so charge doesn't behave like in Pathfinder.
I serve the ruinous powers.
I've suffered worse.
Fucking pistol. You can use a medikit to restore your party members once the battle treated. Okay.
Not my worst day. Yet. Victory is imminent. More the better.
I mean, I would rather want those guys to be done. Naval system grants the raised effect to each ally in a 5-star radius. The effect was searchability in some combat, but it wants to blow 50% of the first time combat. Okay. So, if I remember this correctly, okay, he has a fresh injury.
Oh, careful.
Okay, I'm gonna use... Okay, yeah, as the game said, I have my action points. Okay, and they're separate. Okay. Okay, that's very good to know.
Forge ahead.
Okay, movement points and action points are different. Okay.
Not a problem for me.
Oh, this is straight and launches a melee attack against any target in a warrior's path. So I can't charge like that, I just couldn't do it for some reason. Great, now Pudzian has a fresh wound.
At your beck and call. Reduced to dust.
You can advance the level of your characters and companions. Okay, already. Oh. Defeated enemy is not only for former belongings. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
In combat, a character may need to use different kinds of weapons. Okay. Sword. Okay, but swords are boring, so no. Auto pistol. Sword projectile weapon have increased over penetration. Nah. What is this? Flak chest plate. The character wearing this armor will dodge 23% of average enemy attacks in this chapter. The armor reduces the incoming damage of average enemy attacks in this chapter by 15%. Okay. Can I have a Kimbo? Oh, you can have a Kimbo. I mean, not if we're gonna do it, but... A sword. Yeah, no. Fuck swords. Okay, level up. Where do I level up? At this archetype rank is possible to increase the character's skills. Can I go this? No, I have to go this. Oh, okay, I have to pick one of these. I mean, it's Pudzian, have to go athletics. Yes. No, next. Only complete. Okay, that was a boring level up. For the warriors next turn they get +2 deflection and temporary wounds. The same deal here. Corrodes. Can I look? Reputation? Teresians exploit escapism, mission fellowship but avoid Imperial Navy. Dogmatic, heretical. Econoga. Huh? Well, after conviction branches, reasonable. Okay. Okay, so you can absolutely become heretical, which is, I presume, evil. Puritan follows the doctrines and laws of the Imperium to the letter, making compromise with Xenos using the weapons of the enemies of humanity is anathema to them. Anyone who suggests otherwise they consider heretic who deserves nothing but severest punishment. Radicals are always willing to push out the boundaries of what is permissible in the quest for the tools and means to achieve their goals. They often use Xenos, weaponry, and creations of chaos to their own ends. Many radicals are punished for their more heretical acts, or even fall victim to their own dubious methods. Well, Pudzian so far is nothing. Fucking Pudzian. Oh, okay.
It's about time.
Where do I... Oh, how did I do it before with the... There we go. Yeah. Well, I do say that for now we save. I'm just gonna call this. Can I even call it something? Oh, I just called it save. Okay. Oh.